I'm gonna get straight to it. Now, this video is for educational purposes only, / entertainment. Now, more than likely I'll be saying bear with me with these videos because again, we're constantly, at war with beings that are not flesh and blood, but do manifest in the physical. I want to start off by saying I've noticed a lot of times when I do get a chance to sit down and pay attention to the television, because it's predictive programming. We understand that for those real ones. And all I keep hearing is the same repetitive things. And I've noticed, again, when I say bear with me, because sometimes there's a lot going on, I may have to multitask real quick. But I notice I keep hearing about the immigrants. Oh, they let the immigrants go, and the immigrants is hurting people, and the immigrants is doing this, and the immigrants are running families out their homes, and the immigrants this, and the immigrants that. And it's like, again, for those real ones that have an overstanding is, all the sets are being played. The Monopoly board, the chess board, even the checkerboard. While they're constantly putting all these different distractions with these police-involved shootings, with with how bad the crime is in the areas, gentrification, this and that, you have to sit back and watch what's unfolding right in front of our very eyes. Don't cry about a problem that you say is a problem when you are part of creating that problem. How can you fix one problem when you never fixed the original problem? You have homeless people here. You have schizophrenic people that deal with all kind of mental health issues right here. You got neighbors that can't get along with one another right here. Black or white, or they could be the same, come from the same racial, ethnic background and still not like each other. People can't get along for anything. Either it's racial or, I got more than you and I want to get a bigger house than you, this and that. See, if you don't pay attention to all these distractions, then you're going to miss all these vital clues. Because honestly, the celestial, a higher power, is only going to take the higher powers, the divine, to stop what's coming ahead. It's a lot of infiltration going on. It's been infiltration, but it just continues. Every time certain situations happen, you see history repeating itself. You hear about a lot of conflicts. But again, how can you fix one conflict when you never originally fixed the problem, the source problem, that's at hand? And I think a lot of us, we tend to miss a lot of different things because our mindset's distraction. We're going through all these different struggles, all these different, while all these other people are living, off of the work and the sweat and the blood and tears that you've been putting down for generations and getting nothing back. I say these things to say, you know, if people don't understand that love is the key and people coming together, then it's going to be a constant issue. It's going to be constant, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be constant civil unrest, problems, etc. You know, because you're thinking that the people that's portraying themselves to be the good people when they really are the bad people. See, the infiltration has been took place. But it's so many people that's used to swallowing this blue pill. You know, as long as they can get this and live this way and be able to, you know, pay their bills and raise their family or whatever, they don't care about nothing. They don't hear nothing. They don't see nothing. In certain aspects, I don't blame them, but in other aspects, I do. That's just like a person that witnessed a crime and you know that that's wrong. You are just as guilty for not saying nothing in certain aspects, of being silent when you could have reported something or prevented something. I don't believe in trying to encourage violence on anybody, but I do believe that we all have a right to protect ourselves by any means. So if it's a threat that's posed, then it's a threat, and that to me that should be dealt with accordingly, because you already have to deal with so much other things, and now you got to worry about what they're calling foreigners. How you know what type of ideology that these people have, and some of them getting into the police force, etc., etc. You know, I didn't make this video basically, you know, just only for or to speak about immigration, because again, I understand that that's just another war tactic. Usually it get worse and get more difficult every time they playing this chess, you know, galactical chess, you know. I wish love and peace to all the real ones, and to the ones that's supposing to be an enemy, I wish the same to you times 10 with the boomerang effect, excuse me. But don't play into all of this, immigrate, this and that and all that. You know, a lot of this stuff, you know, is really nothing but militarized, you know, tactics to, you know, to play out operations, black ops, etc. See, a person ain't even began to scratch the surface, and they already worried. Scared people do dangerous things. This is why it's important for those real ones and everyone to believe in a higher power. Because you put your faith into man and you will be forever lost. And repeating the cycle over and over again. I don't hate anybody. Let's get this straight, you know. I don't hate nobody, excuse me, from their ethnicity or this and that. I am labeled. Look at me, do I gotta say? So the last thing you think I'm gonna do is be discriminating on somebody or trying to hate a person because of their appearance? No, people dislike me. I went through the hellfire, still going through it. Just like you. Just like those real ones that can relate to these vids. It's not one thing you gotta deal with. It's not two things, not three things. You can keep going and going, and you know, you got to watch out from all type of angles, from aerial view, from ground view, your left, your right. You got to watch your shoulders. It's a cold game out here, you know. And only the strong shall survive. Survival of the fittest. And as I move very confident. I am humble at the same time. And the force is with me just like the force is with you. But don't let them pull this wool over your head with all of these political topics and this and that, because what is going to be is going to be. What's meant to be shall be. Now, I'm not knocking you if you believe in voting and doing this and you want to go out and do what you need to do. Fine, but I hope you do your real homework and your whole your own research, your own due diligence, your own your own studies on what's going on about anything and any choice you make, including voting or whatever. Be very careful on what you sign on that dotted line. And I keep hearing about Kamala over and over. It's like, look, the sad thing about it is a lot of us, and when I say a lot of us, a lot of us ones and certain ones that's dealing with so much, and they let the distractions distract them from doing a thorough research about who they're voting for, who they're putting their trust in. But me personally, I don't believe nobody is good on that side. Even in Washington, D.C., you got all these homeless people. You got a big drug epidemic. You have a question, how do they even know the names of these hurricanes? How do they come up with the names for these drugs? Should I go on? Fentanyl, the fatty, the crack, Can I go on and on? The trank, all these different, how do they even know the names of these? Come on now. Think. I've been ruffling feathers and my feathers always been up. Just like I know yours is. For the real ones that relate to these videos, I'm not even talking about all the negativity and all the things coming my way. If I choose to speak about it, but I choose when I want to speak about certain things. You have to continue going, because as much as you are a lover, you are a fighter. Pay attention to everything that surrounds you, and don't believe half of what you see and barely none of what you read. Every answer that you need is right inside of you, but ask for divine guidance, even though you are divinely protected and guided. Especially for those real ones that was meant to carry this burden until the mission is over. Or I won't say, I guess, a burden, because it's a gift and a curse. For those families that's really coming from, other countries or other places or whatever, and all they trying to do is work and feed their families. I have no ill will or nothing disrespectful to say to those about those kind of people, because you got a lot of them that come over, they want to work hard and just live their life and take care of their families. But if you one of those individuals and you getting down with a pack to attack those real ones and try to come with an agenda and do harm and click in with these hateful ones, then you shall get what you ask for. And they always say, be careful of what you ask for, I treat everybody the way I want to be treated. I had to learn myself not to always treat anger with anger or try to fight fire with fire, because all the time it does not work in your way. You got to think. So I don't want a person to ever think that I'm saying anything disrespectful or hateful or biased towards anybody. But all I'm saying, with an overstanding on how the agenda is running very deep. It's almost checkmate, you know what I'm saying? But the watchers are here, man. That's the reason why, all these different whatever that's in the skies. You have to believe in something, or you're gonna fall for anything, you know? There's a lot of people that come from Hispanic and the islands, etc. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people just trying to live their lives and take care of their families. But for those ones with terroristic and, you know, just ill will, you know, the real ones shall stand up, you know, and maybe that'll open your eyes up to maybe certain things will take for certain individuals to wake all the way up. You know, protect your children, protect, you know, your families, you know. That's why I say, you know, don't complain about what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have. And being humble and being grateful doesn't mean that you cannot set goals high for yourself and have a high, you know, morals and goals set for yourself. It just shows that you are, you know, a humble individual. That doesn't mean you're not high ranking whatever you are, you know. For those real ones, you could be considered, you could be from a whole nother star system. You could be a star seed, you could be an old soul. You could be an angel, you could be a demon. It's all up to you. But this video is strictly for those real ones and everyone to wake up. Every single individual that considered to be an agreeable being, a good person. I didn't say perfect. I said a good person. You know, you're going to make mistakes. It's all about the learning process, you know. But hey, you know, you may think differently about the news. You may have your own perspective about it. We can watch the same movie and have two different perspectives and two different visions of the movies. Because I'm not you and you're not me. But what we all have in common, we're all here having this experience. Whether it's an illusion or whatever it is and they call in life, it's for us to know, especially for the hateful ones, to figure it out, you know. I want to say this right now, man. I got a lot of certain considered Hispanic, you know, associates. Different, what you would call white associates, where I'm come from, associates. So I've always had a diverse background of individuals I know, even though I come from a predominantly, you know, melanated, you know, environment. But I ain't gonna drag this video too long, man. It's just like, pay attention, man, because the stage has already been, you know, set. You know, the game has always been rigged. The enemy say, hey, you know, you looking for a Messiah, the enemy will give you a Messiah. You know, don't put your trust in man, and they say there'll be many false prophets. You know, pay attention to the signs of the time, because the enemy, the devil, is using every tool, every strategy, every person, every spirit, everything that it could possibly do to try to stop those real ones that are here to make a change. And it all starts in the brain. 111 is the guy, eye on us. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Turn on your post notification. I'm out. 13.